Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Hi, I'm Lisa Ackberry, your hair doctor, as you know. And I'm really excited about the day today because we're going to continue the book. Every Woman's Guide to Beautiful Hair at Any Age. But let me tell you what I'm going to do first, because I know that I didn't get your questions answered last time. So we're going to start right away with that. And the first one says, can you wear your hair straight one day so that we can see your length? I know. It's not just enough for me to pull it down, is it? I know, guys, but I just really... Okay, yes. I've got to set my hair, roller set my hair. I know that. And I've got to straight. But I don't know about that heated tool. I don't really care to do that, so we'll just have to see. Roller set is not going to show because my hair will curl up in the roller set. It's not going to show length, but I don't know. Maybe. Just about that heated tool. I got to think about that one. Okay, it says, hi, Dr. Ackberry. Thank you so much for discussing your book in this video. My friend and I can't wait to see you this month. Oh my goodness. Some of my cyber family's coming to see me. I'm excited too. We will be there soon. Okay, your products are healing my hair. Oh, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, but you know, our hair does seem alive, even though it's dead fiber. It does seem alive, and when it gets better, you can get that body, and it really takes on its own life. So yes, I'll accept that. Okay, I will tell you about it when I see you. I'm so excited about my hair now. Oh, praise the Lord. Because that's what I want you to do. I want you to get excited about your hair and its natural state. I really do. And then I want you to think about it. If you adjust your hair, I still want you to be excited about it. If you alter, if you change, let me lower a little bit. If you change your hair in any way, I still want you to be excited about it so that you can, as long as you keep it healthy. Okay. All right. It says, again, thank you so much. She said, can't wait to have a hair and scalp analysis. Oh, great. Okay, so maybe we can talk about that, and you can talk about it on YouTube, your experience with your analysis. I think that's important for people to understand, and whether you come to see me, and I'm so happy that I'm going to see you, but or a local trichologist in your area, you want to go to someone who uses a handheld microscope that'll let you see what they're seeing, so they can help explain to you what's really going on. So this is going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to this as well. I'll say, she says again, it is good to know women can have a full head of beautiful hair at any age. True that. They can. God bless you. It says, I ran out of space, but I wanted to add another comment. Thanks for such an awesome product. That is so sweet. Thank you. Okay. It says, hi, Dr. Ackberry. Praise God. Yes, Lord. Through Jesus. You're wonderful and such a delight. What is wrong with me this morning? Can't read. You're wonderful. Can read. You're wonderful and such a delight. I will purchase your book. Yeah, do that, guys, because not just, make me a bestseller. No. It's really so that you can be empowered with education. I mean, that's what I want. I want you to be able to go home and say, hey, you know what? I've got this book and I'm learning for me. Doesn't matter what product I use. I know how to use it. I know what to really look for. I know what my hair, I know the state of health. I know how to get my hair in that state of health. And that's what's really crucial for me. So get the book for that reason. Okay. It says, quick question. Do you get some black male clients? Absolutely. I have patients who come in to the clinic portion, which is where I work, for analysis. Many male patients. And I also have male patients that will frequently visit, say, our salon area. I have a salon in our building. So, but many patients, yes, I do. And I ask about black male men specifically because we are experiencing a plethora of problems within their hair too. Absolutely. And men care about the hair as much as women, And I tell you, I would say they're better patients, but they follow my instructions to the letter, to the T. Most of them. They kind of got you beat. You guys out there, you ladies, they've got you beat on that one. When by the time they make it to my door, and they're having this microscopic analysis, they're pretty serious. Truth be told, it's important to both women and men. Absolutely, I agree wholeheartedly. Okay, it says your hair is beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get the body going. Thank you. Nikki Love says lots of hugs. Great video. You know, hug you back. I totally recommend your products. Thank you, thank you. Okay, all right. So we've got those in. I think that was all for this one, but there was another video. Our video right before this one. Should I relax my hair? That one. Okay, I think there was some questions there that didn't get and we weren't going to talk about that. It says, okay, let's go down to the bottom. I think these may be new ones. We're going to try. Hi, I'm Zachary. I wanted to know, how to control frizzy hair. Please help me with some suggestions. Thanks in advance. So I'm kind of pushing back so I can get those in before we start the book. Okay. Frizz comes from the cuticle, their cuticle cortex medulla. Okay, the frizz is where moisture gets under your cuticle, your top layers, those flapping layers on the top of your strand, and moisture gets under and it swells. And most of the time when we're out in humidity, or after a shower, or after we've shampooed our hair and we're trying to style it, there's called a crucial drying stage. And you have to put a product that's a little bit more dense, like a moisturizer. We have one called Naturally Textured. Smooth it down that shaft. Make sure that there's no frizz in your twist. So if you frizz up a twist, you twist up a frizz, then you're going to untwist a frizz, twist out a frizz. In other words, you've got to have a ribbon smooth twist, and then once you do that, when you take it down, put a little bit of oil on your ends, fingers, smooth through and reverse them, and the frizz will go away, because what's happening, you've hydrated with the Naturally Textured, and I recommend mine, or hydrated with your dense moisturizer, and then you lubricate to seal in the hydration, so you'll have soft, shiny, non-frizzy hair. So with the oil, you've lubricated the hair shaft, and you're sealing in the moisture, but you're locking out the humidity. That's the best way for natural hair. For relaxed hair, you have to use a setting lotion and make sure that it's ribbon smooth over your roller, or if you're going to wrap it, those ends have to be smooth. And when you take it down, depending on if you got fine, medium, or coarse hair, then you put a small amount of oil on the very ends, and then it will block the humidity. Some people are kind of reactive with that. They'll try to put that oil on after they got the frizz. Well, the oil will not remove the frizz, because oil is just going to make you have a nice, shiny, frizzy hair. But if you have, you got to wet the hair if you have frizz, because that's going to get the cuticle to lay down again, and then you're going to seal it afterwards. After you got your dense moisture or your setting lotion, and then you seal it after it's dry. Okay? All right. It says, you are absolutely right. That's what I meant. Manageability is key. I really love the finger and thumb method. Isn't it wonderful? Our human comb, and then our finger and thumb, or forefinger and thumb. It's really wonderful. It really helps because you don't pull your hair. You can feel your hair. So also, my sister and I really would love to come to your seminars. Could you give times and dates? I thank God, but cost is no problem. Well, a lot of my seminars will be free, and we're going to do webinars. I just had a seminar last week called Healthy Hair is Beautiful Hair. We've got several that we're going to be putting online. We're also going to put a page. I do a radio talk show as well as a TV show called Ask the Hair Doctor. And my earring is doing something weird, and it's bugging me. I don't know. Okay, I made it worse. Okay, Ask the Hair Doctor. And so that show I'm going to start putting on my website. Okay, the show, the radio, and the TV. So you get to see some of my seminars. I call those seminars as well. But then, yes, we're also going to have a calendar starting the first of the year, which will get us some webinars, because that's what I want. I really want some webinars, more of that. We tried to, through, I think it was Ustream, yeah, that's what we used. We allowed some of our seminars to stream live. But I really want to just do some webinars so you guys can, I love those. I use those as a tool in my classes when I'm teaching, and I think they're just great. So we're going to do some of that. Okay, it says no. That's like a needle in a, maybe I'm reading backward. I thought if I started here and go up. No, that's like, oh, okay, then we'll get into our other types of questions. Okay, let's get to the book. Okay, I think we stopped off what's happening with my hair and aging define, and I want to talk to you a little bit about how did I learn to help, because a lot of times, you know, we think about, wow, she's really helping us, and wow. Well, first, it's by divine order. I really, initially, let me be honest with you guys, when I first came into this industry many years ago, I won't say how many, but many years ago, I thought I was going to style hair for the stars. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to move to LA and just style hair for the stars. God had a different plan for me. First, I got married, had children. I love that. I love my family. I settled here where I'm at. And then as I was styling, God would move me from the chair. I'm going to kind of go through it, but God had an order for me. It says, I came up with my conclusions after being in the hair industry for over 30 years. Woo, 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 woo. Working on the salon side of the industry first, which is what I did as a hairstylist, doing hands-on styling, curling, coloring. Loved it. Cutting was my forte. Curling with the cuts. Oh yes, I loved it, and I still love, but I just don't do it. But I just do love that creative side of the industry. Is just beautiful, and that's kind of how we got in a lot of trouble, because we think of these creativities and these wonderful looks, and we forget about the care. Okay, now I am a trichologist, researcher, author. I'm basically conducting studies on writing about it, and analyzing the hair. Studying the hair, writing about the hair, and analyzing it. That's what I do. And I love that too. So, you know, God will help you to be content where you are. Because I just thought, if I can't cut hair, and I can't color hair, and I can't style hair, if I can't put you in the mirror and say, hey, this is the great style for you, I thought I'd just die. But I'm not dead. Okay, year after year, I watch clients grapple, you know, just really just go on and on, and I'm not saying wrong, with their same problem. They would just gripe. That's what I want to say. They would gripe with the same hair problem over and over in a never-ending cycle. Many women just don't get it. And early on, neither did I. I didn't understand what was aging our hair. Back in my styling days, which I loved, I could not understand why some of my clients seemed to have more hair and scalp problems than others. I just didn't get it. I thought I must be doing something wrong, or it must be stress, nerves, diet. We must not forget most popular reason that many people say they're losing hair. And what's that, ladies and gentlemen? Age. Yeah, we blamed it on everything. Surely getting older must have something to do with my clients' hair problems. Of course, all of the things that I just mentioned could weigh in and could have, you know, could play a role, because the overall health and balance of the body sometimes establish how healthy our hair grows. You hear me say sometimes. Because the body doesn't need hair to survive. The body can give up that hair if another system or somewhere within our system is just not responding well or balanced. Okay, but the mere mention of health when talking about hair would get everybody going in the wrong direction. They would all say, well, it must be my health. Oh yes, it must be my health. Take the vitamins. I need to do this. I need to do that. Oh, I must be sick. You know. Even though those things we have to consider, and this is why I work directly with an endocrinologist. I have with this little team I've developed. I'm a trichologist, I have a cosmetologist, and then I have an endocrinologist and a dermatologist. Because some things will require medical attention. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm a trichologist. So with that, the trichology studies the science behind the hair and it's the hair itself and its diseases. It also studies the connection between the hair and scalp. So there's a lot I can do, but in some cases I have to have a dermatologist or a endocrinologist. Okay. So I looked at the people who put their care of their hair in my hands, and I began to take a look. I took a look at everything. I went on a mission to fix everything. I thought, well, okay, I can do this. I am a cosmetologist. I'm a trichologist now, and I can do this. I put together the best hair, and at that time I was a stylist. I put together the best hair and scalp care program for each individual that came through my door. I started with a full hair and scalp, and I guess at that point I became a trichologist, analysis and in-clinic treatments to stabilize their problem. Once the problem was stable, I put together home hair care programs for additional counseling, because I think it's important for us to understand what happened once we're stable, where we are now, and how to prevent it. A home hair care program, additional counseling, and regular visits. I work with her stylist if there was a stylist outside of my clinic that they work with. I recommended regular follow-up examinations and treatments to ensure that the patient stayed on track. There was maintenance and prevention. All of that was important. Unfortunately, even with all of that, my program worked for some but didn't work for others. And some of the ones it did work for seemed to encounter a setback or two after a while. And I couldn't understand, well, what's going on? I did everything right. What's going on? I found myself in a situation where I did not understand what was going on or what to do. Believe me, I have been there before, as I try many times to conquer the hair tribulations of women. And this is why I'm doing these blogs, because, it's like a mystery to a lot of women. I know that growing natural has solved a lot of their problems, but it's temporary if you don't know how to protect and preserve. Look how many of you want to know about detangling. Look how many of you, you're still going to have problems, and how many patients come in and they're having scalp problems, and they're natural. They're having still breakage because they're natural. And let's not forget, my hair just won't grow if I wear a fro. I have to wear it in braids, and they're natural. Those are problems. Then I realized I was trying to fix a problem that I had. I was trying to fix a problem that was not solely my problem to fix, and that's what I need to understand. So I began to notice and record the things that were said surrounding the times when the hair problems, or the flare-ups, we'll call it, were beginning, the setbacks. I also looked at what was going on in the client's or the patient's life at the time of their setback. Finally, eureka, I began to compare various behaviors. I found that, and this is true, I found that when a patient was going through a challenge in her life, a certain level of neglect in hair and scalp care was apparent. Most of these cases involve a life-altering change, such as something major like a divorce, a job, a loss of a job, or a new job, a new boyfriend, becoming a mom. My patients would express that need, and sometimes a death in the family. Oh, I really found that one to be hard. When patients would lose a loved one, they would have all kinds of hair problems. And they thought it was stress, and that, the fact that they were just so upset. My clients would express that they needed to or felt forced to change things about the way they looked. They wanted to change their hair. And some of them felt like they just didn't feel like dealing with their hair. It is as if your hair goes along with all the things that are going on with you. Really, that's true. Kicking and screaming, trying to hold on to a single thread. Hair being a thread like fiber. Or shall I say a single hair? No pun intended. Depending on the situation, the change made may have been subtle, or the change may have been very drastic. The damage may have been very drastic. Anything from a simple haircut, sometimes in terms of the changing, some people will go and just cut their hair off, or they may relax it, or they may have changed it by doing a permanent wave. There is nothing wrong with changing. There are many times when change is good. Change is good. Here I'm talking about impromptu, hasty changing that ended up causing aging damage to the hair and scalp. For example, let's give you some of these examples that I hear and some women will say. Now, some of you may say, I need to change my hair color. It looks too drab. That's not a bad statement to say. Or you might say, I want curly. I want my curly hair to be straight. Like some of you said, straighten out your hair. I want my straight hair curly. When you end up with hair or scalp problems, you don't really know what's going on. You don't understand why. Because you have not looked at the pros and cons. You have not looked at okay, I want to make this change. The change is important to me, but have I looked at the change itself? Okay. I want you to get the look that you desire. I want that. I really do. But you have to behave as you should. I'll put it like that. Okay? You may ask me how. First, stop being a victim. Stop letting others talk you into doing some things, because sometimes you were talked into it, sometimes you made the decision yourself. Or stop doing things without knowing how to keep your hair safe. And I'm trying to read it the way I wrote it. Isn't that something? Just say it, Lisa. You wrote it. But sometimes I go on and on and on, and I miss some points, and I don't want to do that to you. Okay. Second, stop asking for things to be done to your hair just because it feels right or it's fashionable. Third, understand that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. We've all heard that one, haven't we? Okay. Especially as it relates to your hair and scalp. Finally, remember that education is powerful. Look at all of you say, well, I learned how to do this or that, and my hair is much better. I learned how to use the finger, just something simple. I learned how to use the finger and thumb. Now I'm not losing hair. Just know, and I had a patient the other day, 2 days ago, and she said, well, I started doing the things that you said. When I would get your programs, because I write programs for patients, I want to say this quickly. She said, I read the program, And I said, okay, I can do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. But I'm not going to do that. I don't need to do that. You have to understand. You have to be educated. You have to know why something is happening. You have to know what to do about it. You have to know why you're doing what you're doing and the difference that it's going to make. Because people are intelligent and they want to know the whys and the whats and the whens and all that. Because if you don't explain, I tell my students that you have to explain this to your patients. Let's see, finally, okay, all these things will help you to behave as you should. As it relates to your hair, while currently influencing others to behave as they should. And what you're going to do is you're going to make sure concurrently, and that's what I meant to say, you're going to make sure that whoever touches your hair, whoever twists your hair, whoever relaxes your hair, whoever transitions your hair, whatever happens with you, you're going to be educated on it. You're going to make sure that people handle, whoever braids your hair, whoever weaves your hair, you're going to know what to do. So you're going to make sure that there's no traction. You're going to make sure that you have a good care program involved in this, because you have to take care of your hair, and we don't do that sometimes. Okay, let me use an example. Let's be fair. Camera shaking. Okay, let's be fair. And I know I'm almost out of time. When we do things to our hair, like our protective styles, those are notorious protective styles. We're putting them in the styles, obtaining length, but we don't really do much in the way of caring for our hair and scalp while we're in those protective styles. Now I know some of you argue that point, but many people don't. I guarantee you that you will see a difference in how healthy and full of life, the body, life your hair will be in each and every one of its life cycles. Hair goes through cycles. It grows, it sheds, the follicle lies dormant, it grows, it sheds, down, dormant. So it does it over and over. But during that cycle, you obtain length, and you want your hair to be healthy during that cycle. Okay, next week we're going to talk about before making any hair changes. We're talking about how to prevent the aging. So before making any hair changes, you've got to know what to do. You've got to know how to prepare your hair and scalp for this change. And because you got to make sure it stays stable, and you've also got to make sure that you have a good maintenance program. So before the change, what do I do? What are the things I think about before the change so that I can prevent aging hair? I'm Lisa Akfiri, your hair doctor. To God be the glory. You know who I serve. Thank you guys so much. My mom's birthday is coming up tomorrow. I'm so uber excited. Happy birthday, Mom. And I'm going to do some special things. Actually, it's still a little bit warm here, so we're going to have a barbecue out in the park. I've been wanting to. I've got this great little park they just built in my neighborhood. I'm so excited about it. And, yeah. So I don't know why. I just felt like I wanted to tell you that, because you're my family. All right, love you guys. I will see you next week right here on Ask the Hair Doctor. Keep the questions coming. I love getting them. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.